Hey everyone, welcome back. We're gonna be looking at something today that I think might resonate with a lot of you out there,
Yeah.
especially if you're a local business
Uh-huh.
trying to get your website seen out there on the vast expanse of the internet
Right.
with these huge companies with huge budgets. And how do you compete? How do you get your website up there?
Yeah. It seems like it's only getting harder too.
Right.
The internet's just getting bigger and bigger.
That's right. And we're looking at an article here
Yeah.
from Roll Up Ads called Website Content for Ranking on Google in Your Market.
Mm.
And they've got some really interesting ideas on how to do that
They do.
without breaking the bank.
What really stood out to me was how they're focusing on local content.
So not just generic SEO stuff.
Right.
Really thinking about the
It's
area,
hmm
the hyper-local.
I mean, they're kind of calling out these like classic 5 reasons to blog posts.
Oh, yeah.
We've all seen like 5 reasons to have a photo booth at your wedding.
Yeah.
5 reasons you need a landscaper.
Yeah, we've all seen a million of those.
Right. And they're saying that that just doesn't work anymore.
Everybody's doing that. It's like trying to stand out
Right.
in a sea of billboards that are all the same.
Yeah, exactly. And Google's algorithms are picking up on that, and they're looking more for what they call higher intent search queries.
Okay.
So like, for example, somebody searching for photo booth versus somebody searching for photo booths for weddings and town name.
Right.
That second one's a much higher intent search query, meaning they're much closer to making a decision.
Oh, so Google is recognizing that now.
Yeah. So Google is saying that, hey, you know, show me that you understand what people in your local market actually want,
Okay.
and I'll reward you with a higher ranking.
Okay.
So it's all about providing like highly relevant, hyper-local content
Right.
that actually answers those specific search queries.
Okay, so you've got
So
the
like if you're a DJ who specializes in weddings at the Grand Ballroom in any town,
Mhm.
make sure Google knows that.
Okay, so you've got this content, you're thinking hyper-local. What kind of results are we looking at here?
Well, they're claiming that some businesses have seen themselves ranking at the top of search results within just 24 to 48 hours.
Whoa. Okay, so
Mhm.
this isn't your typical, like, SEO takes
It
months.
seems not. Of course, every industry and every market's different,
Sure.
but the speed that they're highlighting is definitely attention grabbing.
Yeah.
And it's not always just the specific blog post that ranks.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's the business's homepage that gets the boost.
Oh, interesting. So it's like
Right.
a ripple effect from that content,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't stop there. They're talking about adding some extra juice
Extra juice.
to the strategy.
Yeah. And one of the key ingredients is high quality visuals.
Okay.
So think original images and even better videos.
Okay.
But not just any visuals.
Uh-huh.
They're really emphasizing non-stock, non-AI images.
So it's easy just to grab that stock photo, but
Right.
authentic imagery probably makes a...
Yeah, it shows you're putting in the extra effort.
Yeah.
Plus, they're really emphasizing adding descriptions to those images.
Okay.
Not just for SEO purposes,
Yeah.
but also for accessibility,
Right.
which is a small detail that Google seems to appreciate.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Accessibility is so important online.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that Google is rewarding that.
Right.
What else is in this extra juice mix?
Another important ingredient is linking to reputable external sources.
Okay.
So it's not just about keeping people on your own website.
Oh, okay.
It's about being part of a wider web of information.
So you're showing Google you're connected to other
Right,
places.
exactly. And it signals that you're not just trying to game the system,
Yeah.
you're genuinely interested in providing valuable information to your audience.
Interesting. Now, I did notice that Roll Up Ads, the company
Yeah,
behind this article,
yeah.
they actually offered this type of content creation as a service.
That's right. They offer a few options. You can get single pieces of content, you can do bulk purchases, or you can even include it as part of their monthly PPC packages.
So if you're feeling overwhelmed,
Uh-huh.
this is something you can outsource.
It seems like that's an option they're offering.
But even if you're not looking for a service, I think the insights they share in this article are valuable for anyone who's trying to improve their local SEO.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's all about understanding how Google is evaluating websites
Yeah,
and how you can tailor your content
right.
to meet those expectations. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's take a closer look at some of these key takeaways from this article and
Okay.
see what it means for you.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how these concepts could be applied in different industries.
Yeah, there's so much to unpack here.
Mhm.
But first, we really need to understand the why behind all of this. Why is Google so focused on this hyperlocal content?
That's a great question. And I think the answer lies in the evolving relationship between search engines and users. Let's dive into that after a quick break.
Sounds good.
I think it really comes down to user experience.
Okay.
Google's primary goal is to deliver the most relevant and helpful results for every search.
Right.
And as search queries become more localized and specific, their algorithms have had to adapt.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Think about it. If you search for like best pizza, you don't want a list of famous pizzerias across the country. You want something.
You want something nearby,
Yeah.
maybe even with specific dietary options or, a certain vibe or something like that.
Exactly. Google wants to connect users with businesses that
Yeah.
truly meet their needs. And so if your website content
We're kind
clearly demonstrates that you understand those local needs, you're much more likely to rank higher in those searches.
It's like speaking Google's language. You're
Right.
showing them you're on the same page
Wow.
about what your local customers are looking for.
Okay, but let's be realistic here.
Yeah.
SEO is often seen as this long game. Are we really saying that this hyper-local approach
Uh-huh.
can deliver results in a matter of days?
Well, the article certainly makes that claim.
Yeah.
And some of the examples they cite are pretty impressive.
Yeah,
But it's important to remember that, no two businesses are the same.
sure.
Factors like, competition in your local market,
Hmm.
the current state of your website, the quality of your content all play a role.
So it's not a magic bullet,
Right.
but it does seem like a strategy that could potentially deliver much faster results than
Yeah.
traditional SEO approaches.
That's how I see it. And remember, even if you don't see immediate changes in your ranking, focusing on hyperlocal content is never a bad thing.
Right.
You're still building a stronger online presence and establishing yourself as a valuable resource for your community.
Right. It's about playing the long game
Exactly.
while also looking for those quick wins. And I
Yeah.
love that the article goes beyond just the content creation,
Right.
talks about those extra elements like the high quality visuals.
Yeah, those details can really make a difference.
Yeah.
It's about creating an experience for your website visitors, not just a collection of keywords.
Yeah, and those outbound links. That was interesting.
Yeah. It seems counterintuitive
Yeah.
to send people away from your own website,
Yeah.
but it actually makes sense.
It shows you're not afraid to point people to other valuable resources.
Right.
Like you're confident enough in your content to let people explore further.
Exactly. And it reinforces that idea that you're part of a larger community, not just trying to hoard all the attention for yourself.
But let's bring this back to our listener.
Okay.
If you were to put this hyperlocal strategy into action, what's the very first step you would recommend?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I think it all starts with understanding your audience.
Okay.
Before you write a single word,
Mm-hmm.
you need to put yourself in the shoes of your ideal customer.
Okay.
What are they searching for? What are their pain points? What keeps them up at night?
You're playing detective,
Yeah.
trying to uncover those clues that will
Exactly. To those high-intent search queries.
Yeah. And once you have those insights, you can start crafting content that directly addresses those needs.
It's about being strategic.
Yeah.
And intentional.
Yeah.
With every piece of content that you create, not just creating content for the sake of content,
Right.
but creating content that truly resonates with your local audience.
And that's where the magic happens.
Yeah.
When you can connect those high-intent search queries with truly valuable content, that's when you start to see those impressive results that the article's talking about.
Okay, so how would this look in practice? Can we brainstorm
Sure.
a few examples for different types of businesses?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's say you're a plumber in a small town.
Okay.
What kind of content could you create that would appeal to local customers?
Well, you could start by thinking about the common plumbing problems that people face in that specific area. Maybe there are issues related to older pipes or hard water that are unique to that region. You could create blog posts or videos addressing those specific challenges, offering tips and solutions.
That's a great idea. You're establishing yourself as the go-to expert for plumbing issues in that particular town.
Right.
You could even go a step further and create content around local events or seasonal tips,
Okay.
like preparing your pipes for winter or Common plumbing problems during summer storms.
I love that you're not just providing general plumbing advice, you're tailoring it to the specific
Right.
needs and concerns of your local community.
Okay.
It's that extra level of detail
Yeah,
that shows Google and your customers that you truly understand their needs.
exactly.
What about a different type of business? Let's say you own a restaurant.
Ooh, that's a fun one. Restaurants have so much potential for hyper-local content.
Okay.
They could highlight locally sourced ingredients,
Right.
partner with nearby businesses for promotions, or even create guides to the best patios or outdoor dining spots in the area.
Yeah. That's a great example. It's
Yeah.
about connecting your business
Yeah,
to the local scene, becoming part of that community fabric.
exactly. And it all circles back to that idea of providing value.
Mm-hmm.
If you can consistently create content that is helpful, informative, and engaging for your local audience, you're well on your way to building a strong online presence and attracting the right kind of customers.
This is all starting to click for me now. It's not just about manipulating
Yeah.
Google's algorithms.
Right.
It's about understanding the bigger picture of how people are using search engines
Yeah.
and how you can position your business to meet those evolving needs.
It's a shift in mindset, really, from focusing solely on keywords to
Yeah.
focusing on the user experience and the intent behind those searches.
And that's where this hyperlocal content strategy shines.
Exactly.
It forces you to think deeply about your
Yeah.
audience,
Mhm.
their challenges, their aspirations. It's about creating content that isn't just seen, but truly connects.
And that connection is what ultimately drives results, both in terms of your search ranking and your overall business success.
So if you're a local business owner listening to this,
Yeah.
what's the key takeaway you want them to walk away with? What's the one thing they should do today to start putting this into action?
Ooh, that's a great question, and it leads perfectly into the final part of our deep dive. Let's shift gears and talk about how to put this hyperlocal strategy into practice, starting right now.
Okay, so we've talked about the why behind hyperlocal content and all that and how it can benefit your website's ranking.
Right.
Let's get practical now. If you're a local business owner,
Yeah.
where do you even begin with this?
Well, I think the first step is you really got to put on your detective hat
Okay.
and understand your local audience.
Uh-huh.
What are the specific terms they're using when they're searching for businesses like yours?
So it's not just general keywords.
Right.
It's about those hyperlocal long-tail keywords.
Exactly.
The ones that really pinpoint what people are looking for in a specific location.
Think about landmarks, neighborhoods, or even events people might mention in their searches.
Oh, okay.
So if you're a bakery, are people searching for cupcakes near local park or best birthday cake in town name?
Okay, I see. I
Yeah.
see. So you've identified those keywords. What's next?
Well, that's where the fun part comes in.
Okay.
Creating content that directly answers those search queries.
Okay.
And remember, it's not just about writing.
Mm-hmm.
Think about videos, images, even interactive maps or local guides.
Oh, so if I'm that bakery, I might create a blog post about the best parks
Right.
to have a birthday party and feature my cupcakes, of course,
Yeah.
or maybe a video tutorial on how to decorate a cake using local landmarks as inspiration.
You're showcasing your expertise while also weaving in those hyperlocal elements that Google loves.
Right.
And don't forget those extra juice factors we talked about.
Yeah.
Original images, links to local resources, even descriptions for accessibility.
You're building this whole ecosystem of hyper-local content that positions you as the go-to resource
Right.
in that area.
But it's not just about Google.
Right.
This benefits your customers too.
How so?
Well, you're providing valuable information that helps them make decisions
Mm.
and discover things they might not have known about otherwise.
Okay.
It's about building trust and establishing yourself as a true member of the community.
Right. And in a world where everything is online,
Yeah.
that personal touch can make all the difference.
Absolutely. It sets you apart from those faceless corporations.
So as you start exploring the strategy, remember to always keep your local audience in mind.
Yes.
What are their interests, their needs, their pain points? What makes your community unique?
It's about thinking beyond those generic keywords and really understanding the heartbeat of your local market.
Right.
And who knows, you might even uncover some hidden gems or untapped opportunities along the way.
It's a journey of discovery
It is.
for you and your customers.
And the more you invest in that journey, the more you'll reap the rewards of a strong online presence and a thriving local business.
This has been a really eye-opening deep dive.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a whole new perspective on local SEO and the power of hyperlocal content.
I'm glad to hear that. It's one of those things that seems obvious in hindsight,
Right.
but it really takes a shift in thinking to fully embrace it.
Absolutely. So for everyone listening, we encourage you to take what we've discussed today and start brainstorming.
Yeah.
What specific hyperlocal search queries are people using to find businesses like yours?
Right.
What unique content can you create to answer those queries and showcase your expertise?
Yeah. Don't be afraid to get creative, experiment, and see what works best for your business. And remember, the most important ingredient in all of this is authenticity.
Okay.
Be yourself, showcase what makes your business special, and let your passion for your local community shine through.
That's such a great point to end on. It's
Yeah.
not just about gaming the system. It's about genuinely connecting with your audience and building something meaningful.
Exactly.
So go out there, get hyperlocal, and watch your online presence flourish.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks, everyone.
We'll see you next time.